Yeah. I was like, it's... why not? You know, I haven't shown myself on the webcam. I'm very self-conscious of my mouth, my lips. This is so freaking big. That's why it'd be fine if I wore like a mask. No, I shouldn't. I should wear like... this is supposed to be a messy pajama stream. Oh, sorry. I'm putting the joystick, the Joy-Cons in Yep. Okay. So you left off on chapter 2. I have pajamas. These pajamas would fit like the theme I had going on before when we were doing Okazaki's room. Okay, so last time we left off. It's only been a chapter. Oh, about the same stuff that happened in Okazaki's happened in this route, like with the X-Day crimes, with the guy, with the video game guy, and the fire at the park. But we didn't witness firsthand the fire at the park, like in Okazaki's route. We just heard about it secondhand. And even with the other guy, the game developer guy, we didn't stick around. Right? I think Enomoto was supposed to be like the introductory route, so so it was supposed to take it a bit more easier in this route compared to Okazaki. Even actually, there's only one choice given. There's only like one little choice that we had to make in the first chapter, and I was like, interesting. Like to raise Enomoto's trust. Oh yes, hello stream. Those You're also blending in with your red right theme. Are you gonna be the only one to keep me company today again? Here, right? I stopped in front of a room. Field Operations Team 2. There's a department that works with forensics and detectives mainly for preliminary investigations for assault, homicide, and other heinous crimes. Of course, the X-Day crimes are in their domain. Enomoto's former team, too. Felt terribly out of place in this area as an SRCPO officer. That was because 30 minutes ago, I emailed to got a call from Sakuragawa. And Sakuragawa learned something new about the incident? I saw you picked up the phone. Eh? Sakuragawa? Hello? The action was pretty abrupt. Sakuragawa hung up on me without waiting for me to give her a reply. I don't understand, but this is no time for me to be enjoying lunch. I quickly scarfed down the rest of my food and headed to forensics. This looks hectic. The investigators seem to be getting ready to head out to a crime scene. I'll not be able to speak with Sakuragawa. Even that, I looked for her. There she is. Sakuragawa woke her way through the people coming and going near me. If you know the X-Day? Oh.
そんなわけで私は付き合えないんだけど佐竹さんには4月と5月の事件を知りたがってる子がいるって伝えといたから 特防として治安維持における情報の共有って名目でね。一応あんたとあの事務所の関係は黙ったままにしてあるからさ。佐竹さんと実際会ってどこまで明かすかはあんたが決めな。
So you're saying
話は通してあるからあんた一人で会いに行きなってこと。昼休み中にね。
What? That's too sudden.
どうせなら早い方がいいでしょ。相手は佐竹さんだし悪いようにはしないよ。
But
桜川出るぞ。
了解。じゃあ星野、あとは自力で何とかしな。
with that, Sakura left, tugging along her work equipment. But she told me that I hurried over, thinking that I couldn't hesitate. Now that I was here, I was nervous. Sakura told me he wouldn't treat me badly, but I'm about to go meet a veteran of the town. Very busy in field ops, so I'm stunned that he managed to make time for me. I timidly hovered by the door, but my lunch break was winding down. Do this. So take a deep breath, calm yourself, and pour. Excuse me. Pretty sure it'll be fine. Maybe. As soon as I entered, several men who looked like field ops detectives sharply turned their attention towards me. Slightly intimidated by all of their gazes, I stumbled over my words. I'm Ichiga Hoshino from the Special Regions Crime Prevent Office, local office. I thought I had messed up, babe. Then I remembered, oh yeah. Is Mr. Kenzo Satake currently present at this time? I raised my voice more than I usually did, probably because I was nervous. The room fell silent. The next moment.
元気がいいな、特防は。
The men erupted into bright laughter, and their laughs echoed throughout the room. I don't know what this is.
威勢が良くていいじゃないですか。彼女、うちに向いてますよ。
そうだな。人事に掛け合っとくか。こ
Well,
の子、うちによこせってな。
aren't you guys acting a bit too gung-ho from just a little
いい
greeting?
ですね。なんせうちはむさ苦しい。彼女みたいな子が一人でもいれば仕事にも張り合いが出ますしね。
I'm a girl around.
何言ってんだ。うちで一番むさ苦しい顔してるくせに。
いやいや、先輩のおっさん臭さにはかないませんよ。
Hakui's stood there. Then a voice suddenly called out from the back.
おい、お嬢ちゃん、こっちに来てくれねえか。
I hurried over to the owner of the voice who pulled me from the ocean of awkwardness. Ah, yeah. An older, really wiry man was saying to him. This be... Yeah, I can listen. Okay, we talked to him, actually, the first time. Just
俺が
forgot his
佐竹
name.
健三だ。桜川から話は聞いてるぜ。
Yeah, remember you. I had to talk to him about the traffic incident. His gentle smile immediately soothed away all of my anxiety. I'm Ichika Hoshino from the Special Regions Crime Prevention Office, local. I'm terribly sorry for taking up your time during such a busy day.
いやー、こいつは驚いた。桜川の知り合いって聞いて、てっきり男っぽいのを想像してたんだが、
think of it. It's like, God.
それがまさかこんな礼儀正しいお嬢ちゃんだとはな。ほら、桜川はあんな性格だろ。女友達がいるのかちょいと心配してたんだよ。あ、くれぐれもこの話は桜川にしないでくれよ。またうざいって言われちまう。
佐竹さん、そんなの今更じゃないですか。
そうそう、新宿署の父ちゃん、いや、じいちゃんでしたっけ？
Oh.
おい、勝手に人をじじい扱いすんな。まだ俺は現役バリバリだぞ。
うわぁ、もうその表現古いですって。
うるせえなったく。ああ、ここは騒がしくていけねえや。お嬢ちゃん、ちょっと上に出ねえか。
Alright.
佐竹さんが若い女の子と密会しようとしてる。羨ましい。
あのな、これも仕事のうちだってな。 俺がいないからってサボるなよ。
分かってますって。雷落とされたくないですし。
ごゆっくり。
騒がしい連中ですまねえな、お嬢ちゃん。
Not at all. Flipping him what I imagined. Satake and the other detectives were approachable despite their intimidating air. Their cheerfulness bore a close resemblance to Enomoto's style. I followed Satake up to the roof, where I was immediately assaulted by the winter chill.
悪いな、お嬢ちゃん。ちょいと寒いだろうが、我慢してくれ。
Please don't mind me, but the way you keep addressing me.
お、気になるか。俺からしたら、若いもんはみんなお嬢ちゃんか坊主だからな。
When Satake said that with an ear-to-ear grin, I couldn't help but smile back. Just a little embarrassing to be called that at my age. But I know you're just saying it to be friendly, so I don't mind.
そいつはよかった。ああ、そうそう。ちょいと一服しても構わねえか？
Not at all. Satake took a cigarette out of his pocket and put it to his lips.
どうにも息抜きにはこいつが必要でな。ちまちま喫煙所で吸うよりかはこっちの方がのんびりできていい。
Now, watching Sasuke take a puff of his cigarette, considered how to approach the topic. It's my first time talking to someone the police while hiding my ex-day investigation.
君は肝心なことを忘れてる。ここにもう一人いること。署内で聞き込みもいいけど、意見を求められたときどう答えるかちゃんと考えて発言しないと。
But
殺されちゃうかもしれないよ。
because at the time it sounded like the game was foreshadowing something, a forewarning, something. As Shalaishi's pointed advice said, a small slip of the tongue could endanger my life. Just double check. How could I ask to make it sound natural? The more I pondered it, the drier my throat felt.
ひょっとしてお嬢ちゃんも緊張してるのか？
I swore that my silence was suspicious, but Sasuke was giving me a toothy grin.
いや、実は俺もお嬢ちゃんみたいなこと話すのなんざ久しぶりでな。ほら、うちは男状態だろ。ああいう環境に染まりきってるから怖がらせちまったんじゃないかと思ってな。
Not at all, sir. On the contrary, I'm glad you're easy to talk to.
嬉しいこと言ってくれるね。桜川やうちの連中ときたら口やかましいだの親父だの好き放題言うもんだからよ。そんな風に言われたのは久々だが悪い気はしねえな。このままなんてことない話に花を咲かせたい気もするが、ぼちぼち本題に入るとするか。
Yeah, I was enjoying the conversation a bit too much, too, as well. I straightened my back as Sasuke turned to me.
4月5月の X デー事件について特防としていろいろ聞きたいってことだったよな。
Yes.
桜川に話を持ちかけられた時から気にはなっていたんだが、ひょっとして特防は関係ないんじゃねえか？
No. Well, he's a detective. It's no wonder. I saw that he hit bullseye immediately. I couldn't just give that away.
その様子だと図星か。
You forgot how freaking easily read your faces. Hello, Shalashi pointed out ages ago.
隠そうとしても無駄だぜ、お嬢ちゃん。こっちとら爆発を踏んでるんだ。
His voice was quiet, but his words bore a lot of gravity. For that, Oh. I'm saying that's not true too. Like, huh? I'm a bit confused. I feel like I shouldn't deny it, so I'm just gonna keep quiet. No matter how careful I was, he'd see through any deception I could build together. He was a detective with a wealth of experience. A sloppy lie wouldn't work on him. If I lose his trust now, I could lose my chance to learn anything about the X-Day crimes. Satake didn't press me for more. In fact, he seemed to be observing me. To hide the call and come up with a valid reason. Yep, my mind, I answered. As he stated, the reason I'm here to see today has nothing to do with SRCPO. For a different reason. What I call a greater reason.
大きな理由ね。今度は嘘じゃねえみてえだな。
Satake examined me with sharp eyes. Of course he'd be right if I lied to him once already. I braced myself for this do-or-die moment, carefully picked my words. I'm actually working with a certain group of individuals to investigate the X-Day crimes.
ある人たち?
Yes, they operate outside the police force and are investigating X-Day independently. Sakuragawa was acquainted with them. When I told her that I wanted to research the crime, she introduced me to you.
X-Day 事件の捜査は特防の仕事じゃねえよな。
No, but as long as they remain unsolved, the lives of Shinjuku's citizens are under constant threat. None of these cases can't be solved just by my efforts alone. But who's committing these acts and why they are doing so? I want to know the truth behind it all.
なるほどな。
Nobody said it wasn't exactly truthful, but the X-Day crimes were a personal issue to me. Maybe that's why Satake had believed me. I assumed that he'd heard enough from Sakuragawa to know my story matches. The people who introduced me to her are at a certain detective agency.
また。ひょっとしてそいつはEnomoto Mineoのいる場所じゃねえか?
Yes, that's correct.
ああ、そうか。Enomotoが絡んでたってわけか。道理で、俺みてえな子さんがわざわざ選ばれたわけだ。
Sasuke rubbed his jaw and then nodded at me approvingly. Makes a lot of sense that he'd know where Enomoto went off to after he quit the police force. But Satake had visibly reacted when I said the phrase detective agent. That seems to strongly indicate that Satake was concerned about Enomoto.
なあ、お嬢ちゃん。Enomotoは今も事件を追ってんのか?
I was confused at the sadness in expression as he asked the question. Asking him Enomoto's still investigating. I just started working with him recently, so I don't really know. But he didn't seem very enthusiastic about the investigation. And I'm also researching the April and May cases. We're currently partners.
そうか。
But his lack of enthusiasm might be because he hasn't accepted me yet. I'm fundamentally lacking in experience, and I don't know if I can help much in a fight. It's depressing to say it, but it's definitely the truth. I'm doing my best so that he will acknowledge me, but it doesn't seem to be going very well. My bitterly as I stay in my feelings. That's okay, raise an eyebrow.
そりゃ、お嬢ちゃんのせいじゃねえよ。
Not. Sasuke put out a cigarette in a portable ashtray and looked at me.
事件のことを知りたがる理由ってのが生半可なもんなら突っぱねようと思ってたが、あいつが関わってんなら話は別だ。4月と5月の事件について教えてやるよ。それからEnomotoについてもな。
Sasuke's face was serious. I nodded. Please do. Oh goodness. Oh, we're switching sides. What?
ただいま。あれ、今日タケルは？
今日はまだ来てない。Enomoto、それは？
ああ、これっすか？インスタントのご当地ラーメンです。スーパーで全国の売ってるの見つけて買ってきたんですよ。パッケージからして超うまそうなんだよな。
そうだな。
いつも飯は柳先輩に頼り切っちゃってるし、今日はこれ、俺が作りますから。よーし。んじゃあEnomoto Mineo様特製、職人顔負けのラーメンを。
Enomoto。
はい。
捜査の方はどうだ？
ぼちぼちっす。
後ろめたいことがないなら、ちゃんと俺の目を見て話せ。
別に後ろめたいことなんてないですけど。ほら、俺、星野の面倒も見ないといけないし、だから忙しくて。
当にそれが理由か？
すみません。言い訳です。
お前がただ無意な時間を過ごしているわけじゃないのは分かってる。だが時間は有限だ。時間をかけて解決する問題ならいいが、そうじゃないのはお前も分かっているだろう。
はい。
お前の恐怖を俺が拭ってやることはできない。ただお前に後悔はさせたくない。
柳先輩。
笹塚も気にしていたからな。何かあったら遠慮なく俺たちを頼っていい。
ありがとうございます。俺、買い忘れたものがあったんで、外出てきます。
I really wonder what's going on with it. As I patiently waited for a little bit, Satake managed to secure an empty interview room for secure an empty interview room for us.
まあ、かけてくれよ。
Excuse me.
にしても、人の縁ってのは不思議なもんだ。こうやってあいつの話をすることになるとはな。榎本、あいつ、面白いやつだろ。みなりからして突飛で派手でよ。
Realize I patched a sign of respect for that thing Masamune.
そうそう。警察官だってのに何考えてんだって話だよな。しかしあそこまで行くと笑っちまう。
I did too, actually, but then he got pouty.
変わってねえな、あいつは。貴様の一員だってのに、いい意味でバカで。ほっといても一人で騒ぐし、そのくせ変なとこで気遣いだったりしてよ。
Once his mind sounds something, he can't just let it be.
そうなんだよ。考えるより先に行動しちまう典型的なタイプだな。
Both of you guys seemed very kind if you spoke about Enomoto. Those of a father boasting about his son. Before Enomoto was in the field lodge, they were close enough to feel like family. I recalled the bright and cozy atmosphere when I visited field lodge.
俺から見ても、あいつはいい警察官だった。誰よりも正義に燃えて、どんな小さなことも見過ごさないよう常に心がけてて、誇りを持ってこの仕事をしてたんだ。それがあだになった。
I was investigating the X-ray cases from April and May, but I'd never seen Enomoto put any serious effort. It had been bothering me, but I didn't know if I should mention it. What happened to Enomoto? I wanted to find out. Maybe I could help. My temper.
さっき榎本が捜査に乗り気じゃねえって言ってたよな。それはな、警察を辞めてからの話じゃねえんだ。
Didn't it make it sound like around he was in the police? But clashed with what I heard about Enomoto while he was an officer.
あいつの気持ちを思えば、その理由もわからなくはないんだけどな。榎本はこの事件に関わるのが怖えんだよ。
だんまりかよ。お前何のためにここにいるわけ？起訴をやめたのも事件を追うためだろ。だったら、そのために動いてみせろよ。
When that happened, he looked as if he was weighed down by some burden. Enomoto looks like someone who would have pursued the truth once. Is there some tragic event in his past that changed him somehow? He was unable to do this anymore?
ああ。榎本にはこれぞ正義のあり方だと目標にしてた、憧れてたやつがいたんだ。名前は藤井優太。
I hope I heard the familiar name. The only confirmed death in the May killings that were broadcast?
そうだ。藤井も明るいやつでな。後輩思いで正義感の強い男だった。そんな藤井を榎本も慕っていてな。 旗から見たら二人は兄弟みてえに見えたもんだ。
ミネオ、
お、藤井先輩、おはようございます。
お前また窃盗犯捕まえたんだって。やるじゃねえか。さすがうちのホープ様だな。
何言っちゃってんですか。おだてると調子乗りますよ。
いやマジで、お前が現場に遭遇する頻度といったらさ、やっぱ勘がいいんだよミネオは。
そんなたまたまっすよ。ほんと偶然見回り中に出くわして。
忘れたのか。その偶然が大事だって前も言っただろう。
あ、そうっすよね。
お前にとってはただの偶然でも被害者にとっちゃ人生に関わるからな。
はい、先輩がいつも言ってるそれちゃんと忘れてません。
おお、偉い偉い。こうやってどんどん功績上げて、ミネオもいつか俺を飛び越していくのかね。
俺が藤井先輩をそれはないない。
わかんねえぞ。お前が巣立つ日を思うとほんのちょっとだけ1ミリくらいは寂しい気持ちになるな。うん。
それしか寂しくないんですか。もっと寂しがってくださいよ。てか俺が追っかけるのはずっと先輩の背中ですから。今日の窃盗犯捕まえられたのだって先輩のおかげなんですよ。
え？なんでだよ。
先輩、常日頃から周囲に目を配れ、些細な違和感も見過ごすなって言ってくれてたじゃないですか。俺に偶然を与えてくれたのは先輩なんです。だから俺だけの手柄じゃないっす。
で、今日は何をおごってほしいんだ？
ステーキでっておごってほしいから言ったわけじゃないっすよ。
あ、でも俺の手柄でもあるんだったらお前のおごりでもいいわけだよな。よーし、今日はステーキか。
そりゃないっすよ先輩。
I guess it wasn't an indiscriminate murder. Yeah, really make him sound. It seems like he's a good guy, but violence usually goes for people, in their eyes at least. He's been declared as one of 4 criminal police officers and judged accordingly. I know I looked up to Fuji to believe in his right, but from the public's point of view, Fuji certainly looked like a... I can't imagine how shocked anyone looked. I lost the man who was his moral compass. Game, please! I already stumbled over my words as like already without any help from me. I don't need the typos.
4月の動画の解析が終わってねえ段階から榎本は拉致された一人が藤井だと断言してた。
藤井先輩ですよ。間違いない。俺が先輩を見間違えるなんてありえない。絶対それだけはない。佐竹さん、いたずらだとかのんきなこと言ってる場合じゃないですよ。今すぐ上に掛け合ってください。じゃなきゃ先輩が。
だが上層部はすぐに動かなかった。当時はまだアドニスって名も出てねえし、証拠はネットに流れた作りの荒い動画のみ。それから藤井を含む新宿内の警察官と連絡が取れないことが分かって、ようやく本格的な捜査が始まったが、初動捜査が遅れたのは致命的なミスだった。進展のないまま5月になって、ああ、もちろん身内が殺されて警察だって黙っちゃいねえ。皮肉なことにあれが流れたからこそ警察全体が捜査の方針を固めたからな。殺害現場を特定し犯人を捕らえる。そのために俺も榎本も 必死だったよ。
I don't know about the discovery of the body, but not much else. Only the bloodstains of the other officers aside from Fuji.
それを見つけたのは榎本だ。映像解析も難航してる段階で、ひたすら自分の足であらゆる場所を回ってた。寝食を忘れて、魂ごと削るような執念でな。勇気が乗り移ったみてえな気迫だった。本当にアドニスの仕業なら、正直手遅れだろうって署内で囁かれても、あいつだけは一人諦めなかったんだ。当時のことは忘れられねえ。殺害の動画が流されたから5日後、生々しい血の匂いが充満する部屋の中で、榎本は死人みてえな面をしてた。榎本。
出たよ。なんて。
気持ちはわかるが、現場保存だ。榎本、できるな。
嘘。
榎本。
嘘だろ。嘘だ。認めねえ。絶対に。許さねえ。
それからの榎本は犯人に対する憎悪に突き動かされてるみてえだった。あのおちゃらけた明るいバカが嘘みてえになりを潜めちまってな。俺や機捜の連中の言葉も聞き入れず捜査にのめり込んでたんだが、7月も目前って時に辞表を出しやがった。
In the middle of the investigation.
兆候が全くなかったわけじゃねえ。藤井殺害の背景を調べていくうちに少しずつあいつは変わっていった。どういうわけか、あれだけ強烈だった熱意や怒りが消えちまってな。藤井の仇を取るんじゃなかったのかって聞いたら、あいつは無理して笑ってこう言ったんだ。
何言ってんですか、佐竹さん。俺は諦めたわけじゃないですよ。諦めるわけないじゃないですか。
そしてあいつは警察を辞めた。
Acted like the mood maker, office's mood maker, but I never guessed that his past was like this. After all, he laughed all the time. I'm distracted because loud noises. I don't think the mic picked up any of that. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna get it afterwards. It's just ruining the mood. Oh, what it's like when you live with people. Alright, so carrying on.
事件当時のことで俺が語れるのはこれくらいだな。あの事件を紐解きたいってんなら榎本の存在を抜きには語れねえ。
I don't know what Enomoto. I feel like he must have discovered something. Caused the drive to just leave his body for him to like quit and investigate independently. That's what I'm guessing.
あいつは格好をつけたがるからな。なかなか話そうとしねえだろうが。あいつの本音を引き出すために今の話を切り出すなら、俺のせいにしとけ。なんで知ってんのか警戒されるだろうからな。
No, I'm the one that asked you for all this
気
information.
にすることはない。年寄りは話好きなんだ。
Why do they spell it like that?
俺は直接手を貸してやれねえが、榎本はまだあの事件に対する思いが残ってるはずなんだ。こんなことを言うのは筋違いかもしれねえ。だが、それでも言わせてくれ。お嬢ちゃん、榎本を頼む。
What did he about to me? Enomoto doesn't trust people anymore because of Fuji's death. He wants to be portrayed by someone you trust. Maybe he thought that he was better off not placing his trust in anyone. That's just too sad. I haven't been very helpful yet, and he hasn't acknowledged me. I'll show Enomoto that I can be a partner that has his back. I hope. Let's hope. Because, I worry about her decisions sometimes, especially after Okazaki's. I declare my determination, Satake stared at me, taken aback, then...
うまくいきゃ、なかなかの名コンビになりそうだ。
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, though, because it's a new route. New route, new Ichika.
お嬢ちゃんが榎本とつながってると聞いて、こいつはひょっとしたら、と思ったが、話してよかった。お嬢ちゃんなら、自分の殻に閉じこもってる榎本をどうにかしてくれそうだ。
Satake handed me a note with his contact information written on it.
気になることや、あとは、榎本に急を据えてほしいときは連絡してくれ。俺がガツンとげんこつかましてやっからよ。
Okay. I was tense, but I'm glad I was able to get Satake to talk. I've already taken a step towards discovering the truth. Main victims. Oh, yes. December 9th, 6 p.m. Oh, yeah, I'll even like 3 minutes. I'll go for a bit longer. Thank you so much. I appreciate your help. Actually, I don't know how long this chapter is, because it felt like chapter 1 was actually kind of short. But we haven't even gotten to the one. Imagine what's going to be this chapter. I bowed to Satsuki and watched them leave. I quickly wrapped up all my SRCPO work and went to gather information at the abandoned building where Fuji's body was found. However, it had been over 6 months since the murder, and attacks were now happening all over Shinjuku. It made sense I didn't learn anything which other investigations had already uncovered. That's all I can do for right now. Contemplated whether speaking to Enomoto would be helpful. I might end up doing this research. Enomoto might not want to go and check out the scene himself. I have to gather that intel here. In any case, I had to act when someone called my name. I thought Enomoto did leave the office. Would he be here? I just hope I'm ready to like talk to this guy to confront him. Because obviously he might spill the beans about us. Talk to that. Oh. Oh, thank God, it's just Yanagi. When I turned, I saw Yanagi. Oh, thank you for your hard work. He doesn't even seem surprised that he's here, though. Well, I don't seem that surprised either. I'm just like, oh, hey, Yanagi, what's up? How you doing? I can't wait to get to your route, but it's still blocked. Yes, I'm getting information on the cases. What about you?
別の現場を見てきたところだ。榎本は一緒じゃないんだな。
Not a lot of foot traffic comes through this area. I'd be fine on my own.
聞き込みの人では大いに越したことはないだろう。連絡しにくいなら、俺が。
Please don't call him. I didn't mean to raise my voice and I quickly looked down. I'm sorry, but I really will be fine.
まるであいつをここに来させたくないみたいだな。
wishes. I.
その様子だと、お前の担当してる事件に、榎本が関係してることを知ったんじゃないか。
I hung my head. He had seen right through me, just like okay, why do you have to be so sharp? Well, I guess you won't be able to. Am I that easy to read? Yes.
榎本ほどではないが。
They're really two pieces apart, aren't they? And doesn't make me feel better. Laughed. That was a slight surprise. I've never really seen Yanagi laugh before. As you know this, I heard about Enomoto from Detective.
そうか。佐竹さんは榎本のことをかなり気にしていたからな。
A little while ago, Sadazuka scolded Enomoto for not investigating the case. It's been nagging me since then, but I never imagined he had that kind of past. I'm Enomoto's partner. I have to help him when he's suffering. Yanagi?
ああ、いや。榎本のパートナーになったのがお前でよかったと思ってな。
You looked extra serious there for a second, so I was just like, did she say something more?
佐竹さんは、あいつが警察を辞めてからのことは話したか？
No, she didn't.
お前がパートナーである榎本のことを知りたいなら、話しておきたいことがある。
Yanagi looked straight into my eyes. I felt like he was sizing up my conviction to know the truth. Please tell me.
わかった。立ち話もなんだからな。事務所に来てくれ。
Understood. What? Will Enomoto or anyone else come? Enomoto was not at the office, and Sadazuka was working on something at his own seat.
飲み物を入れてくる。座って待っててくれ。
Okay. I sat down on the sofa thinking things about Enomoto. What happened after he quit? Satake had said that Enomoto had quit the police when his passion for investigation faded, but he still had strong feelings about the murders.
待たせたな。
Quick. I don't think he even had to say thanks for waiting, because that was literally like 2 seconds, Yanagi. Yanagi set a cup of hot cocoa down on the table and sat across from me.
俺も捜査一課にいた頃、佐竹さんには世話になっていたんだ。と言っても、警察を辞めてからは会うこともなかったんだが、9月中旬に電話がかかってきてな。どうやって鍵つけたのか、俺が X デイ事件を単独捜査していると聞いて、頼みがあると言われたんだ。
Favor? You mean?
ある男の面倒を見てやってほしい。あいつは必ず役に立つと言われた。それで迎え入れたのが榎本だ。
役に立つどころか、今じゃお荷物になってるけどな。バカ猫の方が動く分、まだマシだ。
I forgot Sadazuka was here. Sadazuka himself with the characteristically ruthless critique of Enomoto.
俺と榎本はもともと警察在職時代から交流があってな。知らないやつでもないし、やる気があるならと引き受けたんだが。榎本は確かに事件に踏み込めないでいる。ただ、完全に逃げているわけでもないんだ。
Where he went after?
未練があるからこそ、まだここにいる。そうでなければ、俺の誘いを断っていたはずだ。
I would pursue the cases on my own, now that I knew Enomoto's past. But once I heard the whole story, I began to doubt my decision to avoid reopening old wounds. Even if it pained him, the part of Enomoto still wanted to face the truth. Partner, what can I do?
星野、お前にできることが何かを模索するのも大事だが、お前がどうしたいのかもきっと同じように大切だと思う。お前と榎本はパートナーだからな。
I want. Nagi and Sasuke both left the office to investigate something, leaving me by myself. Ideal. Sasuke has said that Enomoto was afraid of becoming involved with the murders, but So was I. Even though I decided to join this investigation, the fear of death hounds me even now. A mistake or a slip of the tongue could get me killed. I want to die. There are so many things I wanted to try. I didn't want my life to end here. It's the difference between Enomoto and I. I was new to the police, but I didn't really excel at anything, and I didn't have any achievements to be particularly proud of. I was facing a dauntless terrorist organization, but still, I'll stand up to them. I want to give up. No matter how desperate the situation was, giving up would mean the end. As long as I struggle, I could still do this. Still more hopeful than resignation was. Enomoto is here because he doesn't want to give up either. I wonder if we can fight side by side as partners. I was thinking the door suddenly opened.
夜は冷え込むなーっと。けど、もやしが半額で買えたのは得したぜ。柳先輩、これで今日のラーメンはもやし祭り。星野、なんでここにいんだよ。お前の分のラーメンはねえぞ。
She saw her. I was like, what a, a warm welcome. But that's fine. I didn't come here to have any ramen. Wait, so why we were talking about him this whole time? He was out getting stuff for Pajama. I thought he went somewhere more important and back to the grocery store.
なんだよ、怖い顔して。今夜は峰尾様特製のラーメンを柳先輩に振る舞おうとだな。
All that worrying for what?
つか、誰もいねえのか。
I don't know. Me and Agi and Sazuka, they went out on an investigation a bit ago.
マジかよ。せっかくこんなにもやし買ってきたのに。
I didn't understand why, but Enomoto looked depressed as he clicked the supermarket bag. He seemed like a cheerful person before, but now I couldn't help but feel that there was something still burning in his heart.
まあいいや、冷蔵庫に入れとこう。
Watching him trudge over to the refrigerator, I steeled myself and spoke to Enomoto. Actually, today, I talked to Detective Satake and Yanagi about you. Enomoto stopped in his tracks and clumsily turned around. Oh, hey. This is a new... Can't really see too much because it's new. I haven't seen this area of the office. Oh, it wasn't like I was trying to pry into your past. I heard Sakura God introduced me to someone who was familiar with the April and May murders. And that led me to Satake. Even if it was inevitable, he could be angry at me for snooping in his private affairs. I can't help this worry he could reject me even more than he was before.
まあ、佐竹さんじゃ仕方ねえな。当時のこと聞くなら佐竹さんが適任だし、桜川さんの紹介なら当然そこに行くよな。お前があの事件を追うってなったら、いつか俺との関わりも知るだろうと思ってたし。どこまで聞いたんだ？でも、あの人のことだから話すなら全部か。
I don't know if I learned everything. I heard about your relationship to the victim Fuji and about the way you behaved.
余計なことまで喋ってそうだな。
Awfully calm.
聞いたんならわかるだろ。俺は逃げてんだよ。ダセえだろ。
Enomoto's usual stout-hearted demeanor was now hidden under a self-deprecating
先
smile.
輩がアドニスに捕まって、裏でやってたことがバラされて、その挙句に殺されて。最初はさ、先輩の無実を証明するっつって、俺なりに必死で頑張ったんだぜ。あの人が不祥事だの、裏で悪事だの。絶対そんなことするわけねえって。なんかの間違いだって。頭っから信じてた。 調べれば調べるほど先輩の罪が事実で揺るがねえってことを突きつけられるだけだった。藤井先輩はさ、すっげえかっこよくて誰よりも熱くて自分の正義を持ってる人で、俺の正義そのものだったんだ。
In that voice, longing for the past, I could hear indescribable regret.
でも先輩は悪として殺された。
Another whispered in an emotional voice.
俺は先輩を殺した奴を絶対許さねえ。その気持ちだけは変わらねえんだ。でも俺にとっての正義はどこにあるのか分かんなくなっちまった。
Enomoto looked lost. He cast his eyes downward. Enomoto, justice was something he had created for himself to uphold, and that was the source of his pain. How might he take advantage of me? Not if it helps us protect the city of Shinjuku. That's my idea of justice.
そっか。それがお前の正義なんだな。
Perhaps he looked so depressed back then because of his fixation on the idea of justice.
つうことで納得しただろ。
Huh? I looked back up at Enomoto, who was rummaging around the refrigerator. Closed the door. His voice was cheery, but he wore a pained smile.
俺と一緒に操作したいなんて思っても時間の無駄だって話。俺に期待するだけ無駄。お前にいろいろ偉そうなこと言ったけどよ。悪かったな。結局こんなんで。
Wait, what do you...
柳先輩に相談すりゃ力貸してくれるだろう。他の事件を追うことにしてもいいわけだしな。
Enomoto, listen to me.
もう俺のことはほっとけ。
Enomoto finished in a low voice and left the room with an air of finality. I couldn't say anything to stop him. Did something wrong. I haven't even chosen anything yet. It wasn't my intention to put him through such pain. Even if it was too much for him to bear alone, couldn't he accept my support and we share the burden together? I'm here to offer that option. He, Enomoto, is... Of all the people in the office, he seems somehow like the one I could talk most as an equal. The fact that had carried me to the office and up the stairs had felt large and reliable. This week, nothing would change. And those had been betrayed by someone he trusted, and they would never meet again. He was still wallowing in despair. The important question is, what do I want to do? Just ask him to stay here for now. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like the obvious choice is to go after him. Because if we stay here, but then for all I know, staying here might be the best. But didn't I say last year I kind of want to be like kind of chaotic and just go pick what the wrong options, because it just might be better to get the bad ending over and done with first. And then get the good. You feel a bit more freeing. You feel a bit more free when you decide to, hey, let's just go for the bad option. So I just might go ahead and chase. Oh. Oh, trust. Stay here for now. What are we gonna do? Make some ramen? Ramen noodles? I don't know. I'm also kind of reluctant to say chase because the last time I chased down someone, it didn't end so well. We got a bad end. Wait, that's what I wanted to do in the first place. I had to follow him. Zipper ran out of the office. It hadn't been that long since Enomoto had left the office, but I couldn't see him anywhere. About to die, aren't we? I quickly took out my phone and tried to call him. He'd pick up. He's not answering. I made up my mind, but that wouldn't mean anything if he was gone. Let's find him. I focused on looking at the shops and places he's likely to kill time at, but nowhere to be found at this rate. Maybe I should have just stayed at the office, huh? I felt guilty for interrupting him, but I called Yanagi, who was likely to know where Enomoto went. I'm sorry, but Enomoto left the office. Please tell me if you know where he might have gone off to. At the park. Oh. The same park that Okazaki accosted us to. Thank you. I'll check there. I still kind of want to get the bad ends, but now I'm just starting to, my anxiety levels are starting to go up. I shouldn't do this to myself. I held up the phone and started running. Oh, as I neared the park, I saw a familiar figure shaped from behind. Oh, it's Enomoto. Oh, it is. Yes, there's something I must talk to you about. Enomoto quickly dismissed my line of conversation and turned away. Again. Again and again, Enomoto refused to face his problems and turned away. He did this time, too. Please wait. Oh. I ran after Enomoto and grabbed his arm so that he wouldn't just escape. No, if I do, you just turn your back on me again, won't you? Well, if this is the wrong choice, at least I get a CG for it. It's absolutely my business. I'm your partner, aren't I? Never mind the details. I'm your partner now, so I can't just abandon you. You know that I may not be able to completely empathize with your pain, but when you're feeling unsure or afraid, I can be by your side backing you up. I'll never, ever betray you. And Enomoto tried to suddenly pull his arm free of my grasp, but I expected it and stubbornly held on. No one could be expected to live while everyone knows all their secrets. That's why people lie. Maybe their greed gets the better of them. But I don't want you to decide that you can't trust anyone at all ever again. You are my partner, Enomoto. Lying. You're not avoiding me because you're suspicious of me. That part might be true. But you actually do want to believe I'm innocent, don't you? It's not that you don't believe me. You're just afraid of being betrayed by someone you trust. I'll never betray you. Even if it takes time, I'll prove to you that I have nothing to do with those criminals. I know, but I don't want to give up. I don't want to run from this fight. For the form of justice I uphold, I won't give up on you.
鏡見てるみたいだ。昔の俺ってお前みたいだったのかな。余計なこと考えないで、ただ前だけをまっすぐ見てさ。どんなことにも全力だった。でっけえ声で呼び止めて、近所迷惑だっつの。
I'm sorry if I couldn't help it given the circumstances, so I didn't think about that actually.
必死になって息せき切って突進してきたと思ったら腕離さねえし。お前ってほんとバカ。
What?
けど追いかけてきてくれたのは嬉しかった。ありがとな。
With that, Enomoto smoothly disengaged his arm from my hand. I quietly watched him walk away. As he left, he smiled sadly, as if recalling something from the past. Did any of my feelings make it through to Enomoto? If I could help him claw his way out of the depths of his despair, I'll keep extending my hand to him no matter how many times he brushed me off. I have renewed my determination. Okay, into his perspective now. I'm thinking that might have been the right decision. Especially when he said that grateful, but I never really breathe a sigh of relief when I play these games until I get to like know my fate. Because I don't like getting my hopes up either.
ここはずっと下げてきたってのに、なんでこんなとこ来てんだ俺。これも星野がああだこうだ言うからだ。あいつに関わってからろくなことがねえ。守りたい正義か。俺もあんな風に燃えてたっけ。だが
Just like December 9th, 10 p.m. I was a bit worried because like that punching sound sounded really bad. But I think Enomoto was fine. It's Sasuke. I'm late. I wonder if Kazuki ate dinner. As I worried about Kazuki, I saw him talking to an unfamiliar man when I arrived at my house.
それじゃあ、明日スタジオで。
Oh no, I'm not about to make the same mistake as I did with Okazaki's route. I'm not if given the option, I'm not gonna follow this guy.
楽しみにしてる。
For real. I still have some like trauma with him. Where have I seen that man before? In any case, it wasn't appropriate for him to be hanging around the high school soon. This will be too late once something happens. I have to nip this in the bud now. Excuse me.
いちか。誰？
Ichigo's gonna get in his business, which I...
こいつはですね。
I'm Katsuki's sister, Ichigo Hoshino. I introduced myself as Katsuki didn't seem like he was willing to. The strange man slapped his fist into his palm as if he suddenly made a mental connection.
そういえばアキトが、カズキにはお姉さんがいるって言ってたっけ?
But he knows Akito too. That doesn't make me feel better. This guy's even got lip piercing. Oh, come on, Ichigo. Get with the times. How old are you? Not as bad as, like, our parents.
はじめまして。一色康弘です。和樹くんと一緒にバンドしてます。
Oh, Mr. Akito had mentioned his name. He had been mistakenly arrested in the past. I never imagined I'd be bumping into him like this. I think that Kazuki would actually know someone famous enough to be on TV. I couldn't tell from a distance, but now that I was close up, he was definitely the guy from TV. believe he was introduced as the vocalist of a visual K band.
おい、見せ物じゃねえんだからな。あんま一色さんのことジロジロ見るなよ。
I'm sorry, I just...
見られるのも仕事のうち。だから大丈夫。
His experience was flamboyant, but Ishiki seems to be a composed young man in person. Being in the band, Katsuki? You could have just told me.
はあ？なんでいちいちお前に言わなきゃいけないわけ？興味ねえくせに。
Not.
こんな時だけ姉貴面すんな。迷惑なんだよ。
Kinda hurts. I'm not like, oh lord. It's like, because the words are directed at me, the player. Katsuki was being unusually harsh. I can't think of anything to say to him when...
和樹のお姉さん。
Yes?
今度聞きに来て。和樹の演奏。すごくかっこいいから。
I don't think Katsuki would. with the way he's talking to each other. Ishiki smiled, and that seemed to alleviate the tension in the situation. Yeah, I'd like to see that sometime. Katsuki's eyes brightened in surprise, but he immediately turned away again. Every time Katsuki goes out at night, he takes his guitar with him. I thought he was just having fun, but he was actually practicing in his band. A professional was praising him with proof that Katsuki had been working hard. So Ishiki, please take care of Katsuki.
こちらこそお願いします。
Ishiki returned my sentiments, bowed politely, and left. Feels very mysterious.
歌うと変わる。
With that one comment passing, Katsuki quickly went inside. You don't believe me behind me in the middle of a conversation. At least, you know, that wasn't an insult towards each other. Because I swear, every time Katsuki opens his mouth to say something to each, there's always something to me. He's just like, could you leave me alone? I wished after him. On the way in, I asked Katsuki if he was hungry. He quietly nodded. Thinking that he'd like something hot, I made, huh? Hot food? Interesting. I wonder what that is. I'll look it up. Actually, maybe what I should. I wanna. I mean, in Kazuki's defense, I know what's bothering him because Okazaki resolved that. So, like, I know why he's acting the way. But it still hurts. Kazuki ate in total silence without uttering a word. My meals usually went this way, but now I knew about his band. I want to talk about that today, at least. Hey Kazuki, what kind of music do you play with Mr. Ishiki? He's a visual K performer, so are you similar in style? Oh right, how old is he anyway? He's definitely not high school age. He didn't attend a school with that hairdo. And I repeatedly asked all the questions I had.
うるせえな。どうでもいいだろ。
You have to talk to me like that. The spirit that I called what Katsuki had complained about to me before. You don't care about what I do. Just tell me I'm too loud. From Katsuki's point of view, I've been an obstacle to his pursuit of music. Of course, I never intended such a thing. I wanted to support him however I could. Katsuki continued to eat, unaware of what I was thinking. It looked like he just wanted to finish and go into his room as quickly as possible. Listen, Katsuki, I never meant to stop you from enjoying and pursuing your music. I only warned you when you were playing guitar because I don't want you to disturb the neighbors late at night. I'm not into music, but I know it's not every day that I acknowledges your skill. Maybe you think that I don't care, but we're family, you know. Of course I'd be interested. Oh. Okay. Here, water. I handed Kazuki a cup of water and he downed it in one gulp. You actually had me worried for a second. Huh? Kazuki made an unpleasant face as he muttered quietly. I was about to say, like, does Kazuki like his sister at all? Just an ounce. Just an ounce of familiar affection, of course. Mention Okazaki's. Doesn't feel like it though.
俺がやってることとか詳しく聞いてきたことねえだろ。 お前だけじゃねえ。親父も、おふくろもだ。俺が何をやってるか、何をやりたいのか。
I do blame Ichika for that, though. She's partially at fault.
そんなこと、一度だって聞かれたことねえ。
Sasuke didn't admit my eyes, but his voice was gradually raising in volume.
一言目には、新宿は物騒だから帰ってこい。二言目には、音楽はほどほどにして勉強しろ。三言目は、お前は実家を継ぐんだから、しっかりしろ。
Back in Niigata, parents managed a boarding house. Oh. You're going to inherit this someday, Dad would often say that to Katsuki.
口うるさい親父から逃げるために、ここに来たってのに。
Get away from Dad. That phrase shook me. Even though he was at a rebellious age, I'd always assumed that Katsuki would take over the family business. But he was talking as if... Katsuki, you... Katsuki looked straight at me and said...
家業を継ぐ気はない。俺は、音楽で食っていきたいから。ごちそうさま。
Katsuki said that in a muted voice and then quickly retreated to his room. He always left without saying a word, and I realized it had been quite some time before he'd even said as much as thanks. Why didn't I try to get to know Katsuki better earlier? I must have felt so frustrated and alone. Sent to be my big sister, huh? It made sense that he'd say that. I've been focusing on myself, never bothering to take an interest in Katsuki. It's still not too late. You can have a heart to heart. Oh, well. Who is it? Who's getting in the way of family bonding? Really, at this hour? Oh, Satake. I took out my phone. There's an incoming call from Satake. Oh yeah, we did exchange numbers. Might be about the murders. I resisted the urge to talk to Katsuki first and answer the phone. Yes, this is Hoshino. What? What happened to Enomoto? Hmm? What? 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 His last... Wait, what do you mean? What did Satake do to Enomoto? I don't know if this is... I don't know if this is going to turn out to be something serious or something stupidly funny. I wrote down the location and the call. Enomoto. I contained my rampaging emotions and went to Katsuki's room. Sorry, Katsuki. I just got a call from work, so I'm going out. I hurried to the location that Satake had given me. Dang, we were supposed to talk to Katsuki too. Satake, this is a joke. Satsuke's strange manner had led me to assume that they had been caught up in something serious. It looked the way I was expecting. I looked for the place indicated on the note. I started to recognize more of my surroundings, and then I saw the pub that Saiki and I frequented. I was in a panic when I first noted the address down, but now I realized there was an address for the pub. What's going on? I gingerly entered and looked around. When I did, I found Enomoto sprawled out over a low table. Enomoto, pull yourself together! I wished I would have checked whether he was alive. I'm just gonna keep going. Enomoto was currently alive and was in no immediate danger, but he was very obviously drunk. What? Where's Satake? Yeah, where's the troublemaker? Satake was nowhere to be seen in either the tatami room or the rest of the pub. I wonder what I should do about the passed out Enomoto. So he just basically dumped the drunk Enomoto on us? Well, I hope they had a good time drinking together. Presumably after so long. That's all that matters.
ちらのお客様のお連れ様からこれを渡すように頼まれたんですが。
Oh, I was handed I was handed the letter. Oh, thank you. I accepted the letter and opened it. I invited him for a drink when I saw him so worried, but it went south. I'll let you take care of the rest. You're his partner after all. I thought about some kind of tragedy had struck, but he just gotten too drunk. It's insane. About to blocking myself. Actually, no, Enomoto's not at fault here. It's Satake. Enomoto didn't notice me. He smiled contentedly and moaned while laying spread out on the table. He's just like spread out like like on the table. Like he's just like a bed. You can't just leave him like this. I'll have to take him back to the office. Can you hear me, Enomoto? We're going back to the office.
Okay, okay. 2次会だな。
Wong, come on, stand up.
次は日本酒かな。
No.
暑いな。
No, let's no more alcohol. he was way too far gone. I just have to ignore him and drag him home. Well, at least she has experience with this with the Saiki family. Oh, speaking of Saiki, huh? What I wanted twist her fate. When she was here at the pub with Saiki before she ran into Enomoto. A drunk Saiki, by the way. So it's like the tables have turned. Now, each guy has to deal with the drunk Enomoto. But by herself. Come on, we're going home, Enomoto. Please try to walk.
お任せください。自分、足腰には自信があるであります。
Enomoto leaned on my shoulder to stand up shakily and tried to go outside.
おお、世界が揺れる。なんだ、この世の終わりなのかな。
The world isn't ending. Come on, we're just going home.
世界が終わる前にもっといろいろしたか
った。Don't cry. The world isn't ending. Please. Oh, he's crying. Oh dear. I was supporting the thoroughly intoxicated Enomoto on my shoulder. I called for a taxi.
おいしいラーメンが食べたかった。
You love ramen.
さようなら。俺の味噌バター海鮮コーンわかめ豆乳チゲ味ロサンゼルス
Oh man. Crazy ramen flavor. The taxi picked us up outside the pub and somehow we made it back to the office. Whew. Enomoto, can you walk?
そんなん当然だろ。余裕で駆け上がっちゃうぞ。
I love how the last time Enomoto were having such a serious conversation. Look at this. He's like falling onto the pavement. Oh my god. Oh dear. Enomoto tilted over and fell onto the pavement. I don't. For his sake, it might be best he doesn't remember this anymore. Probably won't. Donkey is. There should be someone in the office. Should I call for them?
大丈夫。ちょっとこれ。おい。口がうまく回んねえ。
His actor is cute though, I'm not gonna lie. Is Enomoto's current sorry state because of all the alcohol? Enomoto can't hold his drink, huh? Alright, I'll help you get there, so let's try standing up together. It's cute. He wasn't listening. Fine then. Preach, huh? Enomoto almost lost his footing while traversing the stairs, but he finally managed to get into the office. Naki and Sasasuka still aren't back. Oh. Oh. Enomoto? He walked right into a wall. I only took my eyes off him for a second, but he really charged headlong to a wall. Are you okay? He seemed fine. It's like I was gonna say he's like a toddler. Sometimes these kids, well, like kids, like sometimes they get so hurt, like bad luck, but then they just get right back up and walk it off. Good. Sleep before you accidentally hurt yourself real badly. Wow, Enomoto, you can't sleep on the floor. I brought him back, but now what was I supposed to do? Maybe if he slept on the sofa. Weren't there some beds? Oh wait, yeah, his bedroom area is in the next room, I think. I'll take him there. Enomoto, we're almost there. Just hang on. I know you are. Just don't curl up into a ball. You're really heavy. I have dragged Enomoto into the nearby bedroom area. There you go. Somehow I managed to guide him to his bed. I breathed a huge sigh of relief. Enomoto, are you feeling better? Talking about Sasasuka. No. No, he's talking about actual sex. He seems to be having some sort of nightmare, but he'd probably be fine now. I'll be going home then. I've been nothing significant, but still left me exhausted. I wonder what to do about leaving the door unlocked if I left, but Yanagi would probably be back soon, so maybe there wasn't a real need to worry. I hate to leave him like, but nah, I should go. He'd be fine. Like she said, Yanagi and Sasasuka will be back soon. Just as I turned, quietly tried to leave, so I wouldn't wake up Enomoto. He suddenly vaulted upright in bed. No, that would scare me. You scared me. What's wrong? Before I could stop him, Enomoto whipped off his jacket and then immediately started trying to strip off his shirt. Stop! It's the middle of December. You'll catch a cold. Can't go to sleep this lightly dressed without a heater. When you drink alcohol, you only feel warm temporarily. You feel better if you just lay down for a bit, okay? Enomoto's hands fell away from the button he was trying to undo and he lay back down. Cover him with a blanket. I approached the bed. This thing. Enomoto's hands tugged at me and then all of a sudden... Enomoto, what do you think you're doing? Man is out. He's completely gone. Oh my god. No. Oh, he's really out. hey, don't you fall asleep? I'm not a body pillow. I tried to extract myself from his grasp, but maybe because he was half asleep, he held onto me pretty tightly and couldn't escape. Is it now that you're finally hearing her after so long? After all this time? Yeah, it's me. I'm still here. That's all you had to say? He looks like way too happy too. I just realized his eye patch is like falling off. Enomoto, if you don't cut this out right now, I'm going to get angry. Enomoto stood and then looked at me while still hugging me. What?
ああ、お城マジかわいい。本当にかわいい。超天使。
Oh yeah, he's really drunk. Huh? Took me a moment to understand what you said.
と、かわいすぎてやべえよ。
My head grew warm as he continued his day's babbling. Yeah, I need to go home. I made up my mind, tried to squirm even harder than before. Happening. Enomoto was embracing me even tighter now. It's too much even for a joke. I had to tell him more firmly. Bro, why do you have to fall asleep? You missed us so much. But he's drunk. I know. I think he's quite cute too. See, my weaknesses are sleepy voice and drunk voice, as long as they're not violent. If they're drunk like this, like Enomoto, you should have heard him giggling earlier too. It was so, his drunken giggling is so cute. Oh. But she needs to go home. And I feel like the feels are gonna. That little whisper. Somehow I knew exactly what he's referring to. Same. His feelings about their murders. His feelings toward the killer. His feelings about his. I hadn't heard him express all of his feelings yet. Perhaps they were far more pure than I'd realized, and that was why they were too heavy for him to let go of. He probably drunk himself into this stupor tonight to free himself from all those heavy feelings. Oh, that makes me want to like squeeze him. Why? Why are all the boys in this like so? Be perfect for Yada. We will see. We're only in chapter 2. but Enomoto is adorable. I still like Okazaki is still up there. Let me finish Enomoto's route before I have a completely give you a good 100% response. He's good. He's also he has the same voice as my boy Chung-Yoon in Genshin Impact too, so like and like I was a Chung-Yoon main for the longest time. So it's just like Well, duh, I'm gonna be kind of biased. So, maybe I also have to accept him for who he is right now. I'm being used as a body pillow by him now, which is terribly embarrassing and demeaning. This helps Enomoto feel better. Just for now, then. Just as I thought that. Enomoto suddenly stirred. What is he coming to? The movement brought his face, well, he had positioned himself so he's right up against my chest. My heart began pounding rapidly. Enomoto? You're scurrying a bit, too. I mean, this is really quite embarrassing, so I managed to get that out. What? That was not the reply I'd expected. I know, I'm just like, what? What do you mean? Closely. Closely! So he means... I raised a protest, but I wasn't able to wriggle free of his grasp. Dang, he's really strong, man. Oh my god. I know to move slowly. And then... Wow. Okazaki. You know, he did this before, too. I'm just like, it just feels... it just feels like when I'm trying to be on someone else's boot, Okazaki still pops up at, like, the most opportune times to just stir my feelings again. Because obviously, I'm still not quite over Okazaki. Okazaki But I love Okazaki too. But yeah, look, here he comes, being the little bias wrecker that he is. This window open. Oh, you came through the window, of course. I locked eyes with Okazaki in the window, but he can help, maybe. Oh, wait! Okazaki, please! Don't leave. I screamed inaudibly. Okazaki sized my situation up and didn't have a particularly strong reaction to it. He hired himself. No, Okazaki, you see... It's not sealed very tight at all. Enomoto, please explain to Okazaki this is all a misunderstanding. We're not... Yeah, Okazaki is really cute. Yeah, I miss him. Okazaki graciously helped me out of my humiliating bind. And Enomoto must have been a heavy sleeper because he never woke up. Got the typos again. It's exhausting. I wanted all those heartbeats back. Thinking that, I went home. If Okazaki hadn't shown up. December 10th, 1 AM. I'm thinking about what just happened. I'm still slightly shook. That's fine. Almost 2 hours. I was trying to keep my streams between 1 and 1.5 hours. But I feel like this chapter is about to come. So, oops. An artificial hated voice that grated on my ears. I hated secrets, so that's why I hated this fake voice. But I had to evade this person. The strain around my neck killed my emotions.
付が変わる前に必ずやるから。
当日に実行さえしていただければ構いません。
よかったー。ヒロ君の復活ライブだけは外せないの。
ああ、彼ですか。青春を謳歌するのも結構ですが、執行者としての断罪はお忘れなきよ
う。わかってるよ。ちゃんとやる。記憶消されたくないもん。
I touched my restraint and thought back to that moment. I never experienced anything as fun in my life ever since. Something that only I could do for the person I love. That truth filled me up. Is this the bunny girl that killed me in Okazaki's route? I'm like near positive this is her. So I wanted never to forget it.
ヒロ君のことを思ってる子なんてこの世界にはいないよ。これこそ愛のパワー。だから何だってできるの。
My next job had absolutely nothing to do with you though. But it would lead to a sparkling future for the both of us.
さっさと終わらせて、ヒロ君とライブの後に愛し合おうっと。
It's the bunny girl. I remember that voice. Oh wow, you remember? No wonder she was so quick to kill us. She's freaking with Adonis. I only want to protect my own justice. This violent, malicious world which oppressed the weak was so ridiculous. But I chose to act. Justice would never fall to evil. I decided that I'd prove it myself with my own body. I believed that I could prove it. Till the day came that all would be overthrown. Yep, I was right. That close. I remember anyone that kills me in game. I can't remember it because it's been a hot minute since I was killed by that bunny. Oh, she's off today. I haven't been killed once in Enomoto's route yet, as you can see by my death count. So that's something. But anywho, I'm gonna save. Let me check my status. It's like it seems like I shouldn't check my stats because at least with Okazaki's route, I feel like I got like 2 or 3 different choices, like in each chapter to affect his status. But with Enomoto, it only seems like 1 per chapter. I'm just like, affection. Oh, we're already at affection. I was so confused when I saw the bar. I was like, I thought I at least had 1 trust point because you know, but it's affection now. Okay. That means, I guess that makes sense after last night with Enomoto. Yeah, it makes sense as to why it's changed from trust to affection. If it didn't, actually, now I think about it, if it didn't, that would be kind of weird.